I'm Paul Dillon. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Took us a lot longer to get here than I planned, so we're here a little later in the day than I wanted to be, but the weather is perfect. It's like 65 degrees. I don't need a sweater yet. We prepared for the cold just in case. Let's get to hiking. We made it to Palm Canyon, all these palm trees, such an amazing area. Never knew this existed. This entire time living in California, never knew it was here. I've been making excuses, not doing a lot of talking headshots just out of sheer convenience when I have my backpack on. It's difficult to get my camera out and set it up, put the ND filter on, get the settings on when I have my phone in my pocket at all times. So I can thank Cody for pushing me to do some talking headshots with the phone. I'm still getting used to it, so bear with me. I always am used to looking in the middle on my Sony camera, but I know I have to look to the left. So bear with me, but I'm gonna try to push myself. Instead of making excuses, I'm gonna make stuff happen. The Canon Rebel T5, I think I have a 24 millimeter lens, but it's a 3.5, so it's not very fast. The Olympus, which is a micro 3/4, I have a 12 millimeter lens. It's also a 3.5. I don't know the conversion, so hopefully by the time I post this, I'll have the conversion to what that would be if it was a full frame camera. But this is gonna be interesting. I just wanted to prove to myself that maybe you don't have to go out and spend a ton of money if you want to do some astrophotography. Yeah, they're not going to be tack sharp like they would be if you were shooting on a 45 megapixel camera. But hey, if you've got some cash, you want to start getting into photography, maybe you can do it with a cheap camera. As we were walking back, I noticed all this cloud coverage. Cloud coverage is not great for astrophotography, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. Just arrived. We're at Clark's. I think it's called Clark's Dry Lake Bed. So we're gonna walk out to the dry lake bed, scope a few spots out. The sun's going down pretty quick. There is a lot of cloud coverage. The time lapse is gonna look nice because there's gonna be a lot of cloud movement, but you just might not be able to see the stars. So this is the Olympus camera, no lens on it. This is the OMD EM10 Mark II. So many names. Again, micro 3/4. The lens I have for it is a 12 millimeter. So I'm gonna start this one probably at 15 seconds, maybe even 20 seconds with probably ISO 6400, which is really high. And the higher I go, the more noise I'm gonna get. So this is gonna be an interesting test. All right, earlier I said that I had a 24 millimeter lens on this Canon camera. It's actually an 18 millimeter lens, but it's only a 3.5, which means it's really slow as well. So I'll probably start this one at 15 seconds and move up from there. But I mean, this Rebel T5, just holding it, it feels like a toy. It feels like a plastic. It feels like just holding it in my hand, it can break, but it's really cheap. So if you're looking to get into photography, this worked for me. I think I paid 350 bucks with an extra lens. It was good for me. This is the first camera I actually bought that had shallow depth of field. So when I would take pictures of something up close, you get that really blurred background, which was kind of nice. This is an 18 to 55 millimeter lens. So this should be interesting. Lynda and I are gonna eat dinner. Sun's starting to go down, so it should get dark pretty soon. I'm gonna do a total of 2 time lapses tonight, about 2 hours in length. So that should be fun. I'll check in with you guys later. I'll try to hop in the car and turn the lights on and see if you can see me, do some talking head points while I'm having the time lapse go. We're gonna eat some dinner and I'll check in with you guys later. Well, that was an interesting turn of events. I'm home now. from Anza Borrego. A lot of stuff did not go as planned. I charged the Canon battery. I have 2 Canon batteries. I charged one of them. Well, I left that one at home, so I wasn't able to take any astrophotography or even try with the Canon. I also left my extra tripod at home, which meant I had to rig up the camera on top of the car, which actually worked. Would have been easier had I had a tripod. For some reason, I could not get the Olympus to manual focus. Every shot I took was blurry no matter where the manual focus was. I was having trouble with some of the settings on that. However, I was surprised how much light I was able to let in with 15 seconds exposure. So I'm interested to play around with that a little bit more to see if I can actually get a clear, crisp photo. Another interesting thing that happened, there was a ton of light in the sky. Now I checked the dark skies app, and I did notice that there was some light pollution, but it was much brighter than I expected. So set up one time lapse, wasn't real great. Set up another time lapse in an opposite direction, which seemed to be darker. When I stopped the time lapse and I was kind of going through the pictures, I noticed the last photo was extremely bright. And then a few minutes later, the moon started to come up over the mountains, and it was almost as if the sun was rising. So it was really interesting. I guess I forgot that we had a supermoon a couple days ago, and we were still having a series of full moons, so it was extremely bright. In places that are already really dark, when you have a full moon, pretty much lights the entire place up. So I wasn't able to get the astro time lapses that I was hoping for. Then in the middle of the night, Lynda got really sick, so we had to rush home. So we weren't able to kind of hike around in the morning. Regardless, I had fun hiking the Palm Canyon Trail. If you're ever in Anza Borrego, I highly recommend that one. It's fairly easy. It's about 1.5 miles in, 1.5 miles out. There's some steep inclines, a lot of rocks, but beautiful scenery nonetheless. So this is where I'm gonna end this week's vlog. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, 1% better every day.